Welcome to Computer World Canada in Conversation. We frequently hear reports of declining enrollment in computer sciences courses at post-secondary institutions, but is that really something to be alarmed about? Rick Swanborg teaches business strategy and information technology at Boston University's School of Management. He's also an instructor on IT World Canada's techlearningspace.com. Rick, thanks for being with us.
Oh, thank you for inviting me.
Your background is in math and computer sciences, and you also worked your way through IT ranks and were a CIO at one point.
Yes.
Is that computer science background as relevant today as it was when you started?
No. No. I think the whole area of what businesses really need to be more competitive is becoming more focused on what I call as business solution designers or business solution architects. And in fact, we just redesigned a lot of our courses at Boston University for the dual degree, the MSMBA, around the area of that they have to know the technology and the platforms and how it interacts, but ultimately they also have to know a lot about business and processes and then figure out what are the best ways of solving problems. Now, I'm not saying that it's not good to get a computer science degree. I think it's still a valid degree to get, but you're seeing less and less of them being hired into the business world because they're looking more for people that have both a business and a technology background versus purely a computer science background.
It kind of sounds like applied sciences versus art.
Well, yeah, I think so, and also you have to look at the global economy. You have great a lot of computer science majors coming out of countries like China, the Philippines, India, and the rest, and that's providing a great supply of people to do a lot of the technical and programming and coming up with new capabilities and products. But the reality is, in the business world, we're becoming more solution architects or solution designers, where we're taking packages that are already built and splicing them together, and therefore the technical needs of the business is less and less as we become more platform focused as far as solutions for the business.
Mm-hmm. Now, we hear alarm bells all the time about that declining rate of students enrolling in computer science. Is that really a significant measure of competitiveness of an economy?
I think it's a maturing side of the economy. I believe if you looked at global data, there are more computer scientists coming out, but there are less and less coming from the U.S. and possibly Canada and other places. But I feel that there are other areas that people can go into that could be quite lucrative. What I'm seeing now, in fact, even at the undergraduate level at Boston University, there's more of a sense that you need a dual degree to really do well in almost anything as far as a career goes. And we find students now getting a dual degree in computer science and photography or filming or multimedia, where they have to know the technology in order to do these new wonderful films like Avatar, but they also have to know a lot about new media and the rest. And so if I were having a recommendation for anybody that's getting a computer science degree, is to get a second degree in something that might be relevant in building these new kind of products or services. And I think it's a long-winded answer, but I have faith that it's not a sign that it's bad for the economy. It's a sign that the needs have changed, and so therefore computer science has to be augmented with something else in order to be good for our economy.
Mm-hmm. So, but we still do. Yeah, we still need those comp sci grads.
We still do, and if you look at the film industry, which is having a renaissance with 3D and all these new animation films or whatever, well, there's a high degree of computer science in there because you really have to understand how the computing power has to work to make these new types of capabilities. You're finding this in the pharmaceutical business where they're going into informatics, and they're coming out with the next generation of databases and tools for people to predict how your body will deal with new drugs and the rest. And so therefore, you still have to have the discipline of computer science, but you have to understand more of how that applies to a segment of the industry in order for you to increase or improve the economy as a whole.
What would you recommend maybe for someone who's mid-career, a few years into their IT career?
You like me?
They're looking to upgrade.
Oh, good. Maybe we can answer for you. Yeah. Well, I think if you're in mid-career and you have a computer degree and you're very much of a technologist, you have to sit back and say to yourself, well, am I able to and interested in dealing with more the politics and the social nature of how people apply this technology? Am I able to lead a team to get solutions coming out of out of business? And therefore, I would strongly recommend mid-career to take some more business courses. Just take a course in finance and a course in strategy and a course in management, and kind of supplement your technology skills with good business skills. On the other hand, if you're really, really a technical person and you love building those operating systems and the rest, then I strongly recommend going the exact opposite way. Take a course in media. Take a course in medicine. Some of the best computer scientists are actually working on medical devices. I learned lately that I can reprogram my father's heart monitor. He's got a device in there, and it's got more code in it than automobiles these days. Well, there's a great need for that, but to do that, you have to be technical, but also you have to know the medical field and how to make medical devices. And so I think there's a great opportunity for those that are in mid-career to kind of take a look and think, well, where do I want to go? But do something entirely different rather than just taking more technical courses that may not lead you anywhere. So,
Rick, thanks so much.
Well, thank you.
Rick Swanborg teaches the first course in IT World Canada's Tech Learning Space on IT strategy, measurement, and value beginning September 13th. Visit www.techlearningspace.com to register. Thanks very much.